Treasures of Life show, your home of energy. My name is Jonas Simba. How have you been? My sign language interpreter today is Esther Kendi. By the way, how have you been? Home of energy, Treasures of Life show here at Science TV, right from Nairobi. You cannot go through life without motivation. You need motivation. Somebody needs to tell you, keep on walking, keep on running, keep on taking this journey of life. Because more often than not, what we get in our journeys of life de-energizes. Take, for example, your health, your mental health, your health, your physical health, your financial health. You may be de-energized in some of those areas. Your emotional health is very key. Are you in peace with yourself? Are you in peace with what you're doing for life? This is what energizes when you discover your purpose. It gives you joy. And that is why you need somebody to pat you on the back and tell you, keep on, keep on, keep on. By the way, my show today is very simple. Get an assignment. That is the title of my show today. Get an assignment. The reason why the world is tossing you left, right, back, and forth is very simple. Do you have an assignment? For lack of a better word, do you have a purpose? When you have an assurance inside of you that you have an assignment, you will be sure of so many things. You will be sure of your personal identity, who you really are. You will have a mantra that you believe in. You see, when you do not have an assignment, you may not even know exactly which country you need to live in. I live in Nairobi, Kenya, a wonderful city. Welcome to Nairobi, just in case you're watching this from New York, Joburg, Lagos, any other city around the world. Welcome to Nairobi. I'm proud of my city. And I'm proud of my country, Kenya. Does it mean that our country does not have issues? Oh, it has a lot of issues. You only need to come and watch our local media. If you travel to Kenya and you turn on the TVs and you read the newspapers, it will already tell you that we have one or two issues as a country. Oh, America does. America has been through an election. Even the UK, they do have issues. South Africa, by the way, Germany, France, China, Japan. I can't think of any country right now that is not dealing with one issue or the other. If it's not a political issue, it's a serious economic issue. If it's not an economic issue, they are going through a serious social issue. Some countries are even in more trouble. Some countries are going through civil strife and civil warfare. There are those that are at war with each other. That is just to tell you that the world is in a very delicate place. We need humanity with assignment to bring the world to peace. We need the humanity to get assignment for each other. Do you have an assignment? Probably for your country. That is why you've not decided which country you need to live in. You see, if you don't have an assignment to your country, any country would do. I'm loyal to my city. Very loyal. I don't know if this would change. I enjoy traveling, but I ensure that I'm in Nairobi more often than not without knowing, because I love doing things in the city. I just love being around, to mingle with the people of Kenya. I am loyal to this city without knowing. And that is how I give of my talents, giftings. I breathe Kenya, I drink Kenya, I eat Kenya. I've gone through so much in Kenya, but I am here. That is life. There is no perfect family. Did you know that? That spouse of yours, that family, your children, your parents, there is no perfect family. Everyone is work in progress. Almost every family, in fact, all the families in the world are work in progress. There is no perfect institution. Did you know that? There is no perfect organization. All you need to do is to get an assignment for your family, for your country, for your city. Yeah? Once you have an assignment, boredom will be out of the window. You will love being around that country. By the way, how are you there in Tokyo? How are you there in Turkey? Istanbul, yeah? Those countries out there. How are you there in Dubai? I wish I would visit you there. This show is coming from Nairobi. How are you there in Nakuru and in Eldoret and in Kisumu and probably in Mombasa? How are you there? Get an assignment. Get an assignment. You know, the reason why probably you're lacking work as a young person or as an individual is just because you don't have an assignment. You've not discovered an assignment. Yes, there is a role, a very big role that leadership has to play. That probably your education and the places you've been through, and especially the people that are leading you one way or the other, there is a very big role they play. But did you know that you have a very big part to play? Once you have an assignment for life, you will have work. Work is different from a job. Did you know that? Getting a job is one thing, but work is different. Work is just getting something to do. More often than not, that is your assignment. What excites you? You know? Are you just getting involved with your talent just as a, laissez-faire, just as passing time, Hobbies are good, talents are good, but once you get serious with it, you will soon realize that in there lies your assignment. In the things that you can easily do. What is it that you can easily do? Probably it is just that thing, that one thing. You may be good in acting or in embroidery or in plaiting people's hairs. You may be good in driving. Some people would find driving like a waste of time. They feel like they would rather spend their energies on something else than just on behind the driver's seat. But for you, it excites you. You never know. Probably you're a rally driver. Who knows? You need to start thinking of some of these rallying competitions and get into them. Yeah? Scale it up. Scale what you love doing. There are people who just love cycling. You just love cycling a bicycle. From one town, one city to the other. You don't know. They are in. What you do easily without getting tired. What you can do for hours. Most often than not, that's where your talent, that's where your work lies. That's where your dollars are in. That's where your wealth is. Yeah? Did you know that? And sometimes we have people in positions without an assignment. And that is why we don't have a caregiving spirit, even in leadership. I always say in these shows, we are all leaders. You're leading somebody or somebody is leading you. Where is the caregiving spirit? Do you really mind about what you're doing, the people you're leading? Where is your yardstick? Where you measure your excellence? Are you really measuring your efficiency? Or are you just doing it? Just doing it for the sake of doing it? Imagine landing a position of leadership without an assignment. You will get into money-making spree. That is when corruption will creep in. You will not be so keen on changing the society, influencing people positively. What you will be more keen on is on getting richer, probably more famous, improving your own life. You will not really mind about improving other people's lives. That is what an assignment changes. When you get an assignment, suddenly you become deliberate. It is not so much about how much you make, even though it is important for us to make well. We are a capitalistic state. We are a growing nation as Kenya. You know, we are looking for profit. But then, inside care, there is business. Did you know that? It is inside reaching to the needs of people that your new frontier of growth is in. Yeah. So, in an assignment, there is a caregiving spirit. The moment we go back to caregiving spirit, we will do away with many of the things we see in leadership and in society. What is our interpersonal relationship like? You know, are we facing a lot of malice on each other? All I need to do is to go to social media or get into our streets in Nairobi and to see the kind of stressful lives that we are leading, not just because of lack of money, but because of lack of emotional intelligence, since we don't have an assignment for each other. Once we have an assignment for each other, we will walk through the streets of this nation with that caregiving spirit. Yeah? Somebody will ask me, who cares about the caregiving heart? I mind about profit. But let me tell you something. Once you mind about the people, you will realize in there lies your business. Because when you're doing business, you're doing it with people. That's why it's important in 2025, when I started this show, for us to work on our relationship building, you know. Because inside interpersonal relationships as a country, therein lies new frontiers. It's only when we relate well with one another that our businesses grow. Did you know that? Some of us become business risks just because our emotional intelligence is low. We are not keen on how we handle our interpersonal relationships. We are not keen on holding on our bridges. Yes, and let me get into even the religious sector. You know, the different denominations and the different churches and the different organizations that touch on the issues of spirituality and religiosity. What is it? What does it gain you to speak to people that you're not connected to? It helps when you're connected, especially to the people that you are preaching to or mentoring. It is very important. That connection between a mentor and a mentee, you know. For you to lead the young people, you need to connect to them. If you're a leader of an organization, mind about connectivity. That is where you know your assignment. That makes the difference. Do you have an assignment to the people you lead? Or do you just lead them and boss over them? Sometimes when you become too bossy, even on your own children or on your own spouse, you lose it. It helps when you work on the interpersonal relationships. Don't just preach at people. Connect to them. Who are they? What are the things they care about? Where are they at? What is the state of their life? You know, sometimes you are talking to strangers. You are training them. You are in school as a teacher. Do you have an assignment to those children? Are you in the education sector with an assignment? You know, is that your purpose? Get an assignment, even as a teacher to schools. Get an assignment. Yes. So that when you are teaching those children, once you're connected to them, it becomes very easy for you to guide them even through life, through the difficult subjects. Did you know that when the teacher and student relationship is good, even success in subjects and in class is assured? Yeah, that is what I'm talking about today. Get an assignment. We have a problem. We have a serious problem. We have a leadership crisis as a society because we are not leading each other well. See you after the break.